So, hello and welcome to today's video, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a mod showcase video of bully mods for Grand Theft Auto 5. And most of these mods will work with any version of the game, but of course, a warning, do not use them with Grand Theft Auto Online or you run the risk of getting banned. So use these mods at your own risk. Now let's start off with something small, and we'll start off with the Bully and Nerd Preppy Vest for Michael DeSanta, which was made by Liberty Gamer 1247. Now of course, pretty self-explanatory, but these replaces two of Michael's shirts, and I think they're a neat addition to the game if you're looking for some of that bully vibe in Grand Theft Auto 5. Now both shirts can actually be bought in Ponsonby's, which is very fitting for the Preppy Vest and true to Michael's personality. Don't forget to equip Michael with some beige slacks for that extra authentic Bullworth appearance. Or if you're going to make him look like a nerd, don't forget to equip him with some glasses. Now related to that mod is the Jock jacket for Franklin Clinton made by the GTA King. Now I really like this mod as it suits Franklin incredibly well, like the Preppy Vest does for Michael, alongside being a near 1-for-1 copy of the way the Jocks wear it in Bully itself, as well as having some nice attention to detail such as having the little XXL shirt underneath the jacket. Now the GTA King has seemingly used upscale textures too, so the Bullworth logo and design on the t-shirt do not look out of place in GTA 5's higher quality world. But what if you want to play as Jimmy Hopkins and Gary Smith? Well, this mod, by me, actually replaces Trevor and Michael with the iconic duo, with Gary replacing Trevor and Jimmy replacing Michael. Now I did make this all the way back in 2016, so I will admit it is quite buggy, like Jimmy's mouth doesn't move and Gary does have issues with his lips. But I honestly think that Jimmy's head on Michael's body looks weirdly well. Like this might be what Jimmy would look like in his 40s. Well, I mean let's be realistic, Jimmy doesn't exactly look his age in Bully itself, does he? And while Gary may not be the unashamed psychopath Trevor is in Grand Theft Auto, maybe we can say that Gary's mental health deteriorated over the years from not taking his medication. And yes, this is fully compatible with most outfits, so if you want Jimmy to be an Epsilon cultist or Gary Smith to be a cross-dresser, this is your chance. So what about some mods that help Bully's world fit into the world of Grand Theft Auto a bit more? Well, the Bully Mule liveries mod by Ace Daystar 1987 puts various Bully brands in the game to advertise. We have brands such as Beam Cola, the Yum Yum Market and Spencer Shipping to name some. Now aside from the slightly low quality textures, these do fit in the world of Grand Theft Auto really well, and they do actually feel more like an Easter egg thing that Rockstar would have done themselves, a bit like how in Bully for example, cars from Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City do appear in shop class. Now there is another mod which actually does complement this, and this is also made by Ace Daystar 1987, which is the Harrington Oil tanker mod, which is definitely something only more dedicated Bully fans would notice as Harrington Oil only appears in the go-kart minigame. Speaking of more Bully vehicles, technically not a mod in itself because you can get this on any platform, but of course you can't get it in single player, but with the Cayo Perico heist, Rockstar did actually add in a go-kart to Grand Theft Auto 5. So yeah, if you got the go-kart in Bully, you'll probably want to relive those days of just running people over, or run them over on a more advanced engine of course. Now some people do actually have trouble spawning in the GTA Online vehicles in single player because Rockstar keep trying to block the spawning of them for some reason. So if you can't be asked fixing that or you're just having too much trouble with it, try out the KartV mod made by Shileno. I hope I pronounced that right. And this one replaces the buggy. And just like the go-kart in GTA Online, I mean this one was made way before it, but you get the point. It basically functions the exact same, you can run people over just like you could in Bully. Now after seeing that Beam Cola truck, you'll probably want an ice cold drink. Well, once again, Ace Daystar 1987 steps in with an authentic Beam Cola machine mod, which replaces a few of the Cola machines around the map with that of the Beam Cola machine from Bully. The only thing missing from this is the iconic burp and Jimmy exclaiming how sugary the drink really is. Now next up is a Jimmy Hopkins pedestrian mod made by Method spelled with 0, which, self-explanatory, adds Jimmy to the game as a pedestrian. Now the cartoonish 2006 Bully models do not fit in well with the more realistic world of Grand Theft Auto 5. Jimmy does, well, you can kind of see, stand out not too well. I mean, in Bully, Jimmy's kind of like a midget, but here he looks like he suffers from gigantism. I guess all those years waiting for a Bully sequel was finally giving Jimmy his growth spurt, eh? But yeah, this mod either lets you spawn Jimmy in as a pedestrian or you can replace him with someone of your choice. So what about some Bully weapons? Well, I've got you covered there because I made a Spudgun mod years ago. I think around 2015, 2016, something like that, which replaces the sawed-off shotgun. And this is from the base game, not a DLC one. The only thing that is missing from this is the ability to shoot people in the bollocks, but it does look kind of cool when you come in a drive-by. Now, this next mod I can't actually show off and I'll explain why, but there is an entire map mod that brings Bullworth to the game, made by GTA Random, and this mod was apparently ported from Grand Theft Auto Underground, which itself is a San Andreas mod. However, this is why I can't show it off, because it only works as a FiveM mod, and it seemingly does not work anymore as it uses an older version of FiveM, I believe. I'm not sure if there's a workaround to get this working in single player or in the latest versions of FiveM, but I'm just mentioning it anyway. Now, speaking of maps, we do have two maps that, while not directly from Bully, do give off a slight Bully vibe. These map mods being ThemeParkV by Miss Nadine, which needs custom props to work, and The Abandoned Carnival by Officer Brown 23. Now, the Abandoned Carnival is actually pretty close to Trevor's trailer, and inside is a desolate, empty wasteland of once active carnival, which is quite depressing but a very fitting metaphor for Bully itself. A community of once active people eagerly awaiting a sequel, with dying hope going past every single day. Now, Miss Nadine's mod is actually much more different to this one, the polar opposite in fact, but I couldn't actually get this one to work for some reason. So a bit of a post edit here, but as it turns out the mod does work. I'm just an idiot because I forgot to do the final step in the mod, which is to load it via menu. Anyway, the map itself is located just off the outskirts of Mount Chiliad. You can't miss it, it's literally in the ocean, with a bridge going straight to it. And once you go up this bridge, first of all you'll realise that there's no shortages of cars for you to steal. Some are from GTA Online, some are from single player, but take your pick, just go nuts, take whatever you want. But as we progress into the theme park itself, which is the whole point of the mod, not just taking a free car, you'll see that Miss Nadine's gone to the effort to make this park as authentic as possible. First of all, we actually have pedestrians walking around the map, which is great, because most map mods that I've seen don't actually do this kind of stuff. It's only usually the total conversion map mods that do this kind of stuff. Secondly, the ambience. I'm pretty sure most of it is borrowed from Del Perro Pier itself, which isn't a bad thing, but either way it actually adds to the authenticity of the theme park atmosphere. Now, the downside to the mod is you can't actually go on any of the rides. You can enter some of them, but you can't go on them. So don't count on actually entering any Ferris wheels or going on the ghost train or going down slides or anything like that, because you're not going to do it with this mod, sadly. But either way, it's a fantastic mod if you want to add that sort of Bully kind of area to Grand Theft Auto 5. But we are missing one iconic thing, which is Bully's music. Now, of course you could just put iTunes on or YouTube in the background while you play, but Jedi Josh 920, who some of you may know as being a fantastic GTA and Red Dead modder, has made a mod which makes it so around the map you may come across somebody playing the Bully theme on a guitar. Or you can do it yourself by giving it to Franklin or something. And no, this isn't just Sean Lee's track just slapped into the game, this is an actual cover. I'm not sure if this is Josh's own cover or if he just downloaded it from somebody's YouTube video and just pasted it into Grand Theft Auto 5 from there, but either way it's a great vibe for most Bully fans. And speaking of Jedi Josh, you can also use his fight music mod, where if you have the Bully music on an MP3, cut away, if you do own Bully on PC, you already do, just go to the main file, you've got pretty much all the game's soundtrack right there in the Bully soundtrack folder, back to the mod, you can actually put that in the folder and press I when in game to enable it.
I'm doing this. Holy shit! Let's see what you got.
This is idiotic.
Another way we can have Bully's music in Grand Theft Auto 5 is through the Bully loading screen music made by me, which replaces the loading theme with the full intro music. And by the full intro music, I don't just mean the one that's on the main screen, I mean the one from the actual intro cutscene itself, without the voices of course. There's also the intro logos mod, which replaces the GTA 5 siren with the iconic one for Brick being lobbed at Rockstar, which was made by Steam Silence channel. But yeah, that's about it for today's video, and shout out to everyone who's making Bully mods for other games because we really do need them. But either way, thank you for watching today's video, have a great day and hope to see you all at the next one.